The first thing that I applied is my foundation primer, which is the Maybelline Master Prime by Facestudio primer, and I just have that in the Blur and Smooth. Then I am taking my concealer, which is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I have that in the shade Light Neutral. And I have just applied some of that under my eyes, down my nose, a little bit on my forehead. I had a blemish there, and just kind of anywhere that I want to kind of conceal any imperfections and redness. I'm just using the damp beauty blender to blend that out. I love both of these, the beauty blender and the concealer. I love the coverage. The concealer is like my favorite thing right now. Then for foundation, I am just using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 115, and this is the Matte and Poreless foundation. I love this foundation for summertime because I feel like my pores are kind of like super huge in the summertime, and what I like about this is that it does really kind of like cover those pores, and really I don't have any problems with getting oily. This keeps me matte all day, which is really nice, especially when it's super hot out. Then for eyeshadow primer, I'm just using the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, which is my go-to thing. Then I'm going into the Naked 2 palette, and I'm taking the eyeshadow Tease. I know I've used like the Naked 1 palette, and I'm in the Naked 2. I'm like using such old eyeshadow palettes, but I'm taking the eyeshadow Tease on my Sigma E25 brush, and I'm just running that through the entire crease. Like I'm running that from the outer corner of the crease to the very inner tear duct of the crease. Then I am taking Chopper, which is my favorite shadow from this palette. It is so beautiful, and I just love this. And I'm just taking that on a Sigma E55 and just running that across the entire eyelid. Then I am taking Snakebite, and Snakebite is not a super dark brown, it's just going to be enough to kind of add a little warmth to that outer corner for the color that I'm actually going to be putting there in a second, which you guys will see. So I'm just using that on the e.l.f. contour brush, and I am just going to blend that out with the E25. I'm also going to kind of pull it into the crease because the next color that we're going to use is going to go into the crease, and we just need a little bit of something to help blend it, because we are taking Blackout from the palette, which yes, that is black, and I'm just going to take a very teensy tiny bit of that on that e.l.f. contour brush on the very outer corner and a little bit into the crease, and then of course blend it out with the E25. So as I have told you guys before, when using black eyeshadow, you want to take a very teensy tiny amount to start out with and then build it up. You can't take away black eyeshadow. Once it is there, if you get too much, you're going to have to take off your makeup and start over again. So take very small amounts. Then I'm taking Foxy, which is a perfect highlighting shade. I'm just using my E65 brush. And then I'm taking Snakebite again, and I'm using the Real Techniques eye shading brush. And I am just going to run that on the lower lash line. I'm kind of bringing it from the outer corner to the middle of the lower lash line. Now here is the star of the show. This is the NYX Loose Pigment in the shade Mink Vision. This eyeshadow is gorgeous. So this just adds like the perfect pop of like a little something. I wore this like going out on a Friday night, and it just added just like a little touch of something that I just loved. And I'm also taking this shadow across the inner part of the lower lash line. Then it is time for eyeliner, and I'm just using the Maybelline Master Precise liquid eyeliner in black. And then for mascara, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. My mascara face, that is attractive, Chelsea. That is, yeah, that's something. Then I'm going to take the Maybelline Push Up Drama Mascara for the lower lash line. I love this mascara for the lower lash line because one, it like kind of makes me look like I actually have lashes on the bottom, which I feel like I never do. And it's also a much smaller wand that I feel like is a lot easier to control, so you don't have like any weird mascara clumps on the lower lash line, because that is not cute. Then it is time to fill in the eyebrows. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil duo thing, and I'm just going to fill in my brows with that. This is in the shade Chocolate, which is probably a little bit dark for my hair right now because my hair is kind of lightened up for summer, but I still like it. And then I'm just going to set the brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel in the shade Chocolate as well. And this just kind of helps keep the brows in place all day. Then going back in with concealer, I'm taking this the same Urban Decay concealer, this time in the shade Fair Neutral. This is just going to kind of really brighten up my face. Like I said, for this particular look, I was wearing this on a Friday night. I wanted to kind of look awake and, you know, kind of look like I had bright under eyes because I'd worked all day, so I was kind of tired. Then I am taking the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder because I'm all about staying matte, and I'm just using that on an e.l.f. powder brush and running that across the entire face. Then to set my under eye concealer, I'm going in with the NYX Contour Palette. I'm taking the Banana shade and using an e.l.f. blush brush to set that. Then I'm taking this a lighter shade because I love having a super bright under eye area. So this is kind of like a white powder, and this is just going to really brighten up that area. Then it is time to contour, and I'm using the middle contour shade of the NYX Contour Palette. I want to do a whole contour routine video, so let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing that, and I can kind of go more in depth with how I contour. And then after I have done that, I'm just taking the NARS Laguna bronzer and on a Real Techniques blush brush, and then I'm using my Jaclyn Hill Becca palette, which I love, and I'm taking the middle blush shade. I can't remember the name, but I'll have it in the description bar below. Just using that same Real Techniques brush, and then I am taking Prosecco Pop from the palette and using an e.l.f. brush to apply that to the tops of my cheekbones. Then I'm using my favorite lip combination, which you guys know, Blushing Beige, Nude, and Creme Brulee. Lip gloss, I love it. They're all from NYX, well, except the lipsticks from Maybelline. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.